want to make this vid. I really don't want to make this video. Everyone out there, they're bashing on Apple. Oh, Apple's doomed. Give me some clicks, Apple's doomed. Hey, did you guys know that Apple's doomed? Give me some clicks. I'm not a guy that's out there saying everything is wrong with Apple. No, but look, I own a MacBook Pro 2018, I just got it. Do I love it? Yes, but you all need to know the truth. Is it a magnificent machine? Yes. Is it a work of art that belongs in a museum? Yes, but you know what? It ain't perfect, y'all. No, it's not perfect. Just like everything, there are things about it that I love, and there are things about it that I really don't like very much at all. And here we go. These are my 7 painful truths about the 2018 MacBook Pro. These are things that drive me nuts about this machine. Truth number 1, it's an impractical computer. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Don't deny it. 4 USB-C ports / 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports. Tim, what were you thinking? Professionals need USB-A ports. We need SD card slots. You pulled off all the practical I/O that we needed on this machine. And why did you pull it off? Why did you pull it off, Tim? It's because Johnny Ive convinced you that you need symmetry. Hey, symmetry, we need to only have 2 USB ports on each side, Tim. Otherwise, it won't have symmetry. So if you need to plug in virtually any gadget on Earth, all of which use USB-A, you're gonna need a dongle. Oh, you wanna plug in Ethernet? Dongle. Oh, you wanna plug in your monitor? Dongle. The dongle nightmare is true. Don't deny it. Don't be a denier. Where am I going? Okay, I need to calm down. Okay, I'm gonna take it down a notch. I feel like Jim Cramer on Mad Money. Are you ready for another painful truth? The keyboard's not that great. I'm just being honest. I've owned this machine for months now, and I am still not used to the actual keyboard. It just feels like you're typing on glass. Like, just put your fingers down on the table in front of you and just start going like this. It doesn't feel very nice, does it? No, it doesn't, because there's no give. You need a little bit of spring in the keys, and this keyboard, it has none. The keyboard on this computer is not nearly as comfortable to type on as the scissor keyboard of the older MacBook Pro generations. And as long as we're talking about the keyboard, we gotta talk about all the keyboard issues that are happening with this particular butterfly design. You can search online, type 2016 MacBook Pro keyboard issues, type 2017 MacBook Pro keyboard issues. This 2018 has the exact same keyboard design. The only thing is they added a silicone layer beneath the keyboard to catch all the debris to postpone the issues that the other keyboards exhibited right away. I don't think that they totally solved the problem. I think it's a band-aid, and I think eventually the keyboard is going to start having the exact same issues with sticky keys, missed keystrokes that the older MacBook Pro keyboards are having. Mark my words, Big Papa Erf, he warned you. Okay, last gripe on the keyboard. This is not gonna bug everyone, but it bugs me. They've turned every key on the 2018 MacBook Pro into a power key. He's lost it. He's complaining about power buttons now. Do you like to keep your keyboard clean? Do you like to keep your MacBook Pro clean? Yes, so do I. And one of the things I will do weekly is I will power down the machine, and then I will wipe down the entire keyboard and the screen. Well, I need my computer to be off in order to do that. But the problem with these new MacBook Pros are they have turned all the buttons on the keyboard and the touchpad into a power button. So if your computer is off, but you touch the keyboard, your computer will automatically restart. So when I'm trying to clean my keyboard, every time I touch it, my MacBook powers on, and then when I'm cleaning the keyboard, it's booping, it's bopping, it's beeping, it's mad that I'm pressing all the buttons. It's just annoying. Leave the power button, you know, the power button as the power button, and let it be the thing that powers the computer on and off. I don't need every key and the trackpad to turn on the MacBook Pro. That's superfluous and unnecessary. Firmware fix. I demand it. Firmware fix. Craig Federighi, you get on that right now. Are you ready for the real gripes? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna say what we all know, what we've all been thinking, but no one is willing to say. The touch bar is a gimmick that is actually not useful in any way. Oh, hell no. He just talked about the touch bar. Doesn't he know I use the touch bar for Microsoft Word? Look, I want to like the touch bar, I really do. I've actively tried to use the touch bar, but the problem is that it doesn't actually do anything useful, and it's been around for 3 years. Now, I was hoping that the touch bar was going to surface a bunch of complicated interactions in Final Cut Pro 10, Logic, and make those functions easy to access, but the problem is that they don't. Most people who work in Final Cut Pro 10, most people who work in Logic just use keyboard shortcuts, and using keyboard shortcuts accomplishes the same thing as the touch bar, and you don't have to take your hands off of the keys to actually get those things done. So I find myself constantly looking down at the touch bar thinking, I could press one of these buttons, or I could just press a quick keyboard shortcut and get the same task accomplished. Now, maybe if you're a total newbie to some of these applications, you will find it to be useful. And I'm sure I'm gonna get flamed big time for even criticizing the touch bar, but I'm just saying what we all know. It doesn't really do anything useful. May it do something useful eventually in the future? Yes, please. But at this juncture, we're 3 years in, and it still doesn't help at all. Is that all he has? That's all he's got? Those measly complaints? Oh no, hold on, girl. We also gotta talk about the touchpad. The touchpad! One of my favorite parts of the MacBook Pro. Hyper accurate, smooth as silk. But I find in this MacBook Pro, it's just not as accurate as it used to be. I don't know if it's because it's too large or because of the force touch mechanism that's built in, but I constantly find that on my MacBook Pro, the touchpad is registering touches that I didn't actually try to make. This happens all the time in Logic and Final Cut Pro. I'll be working and all of a sudden the cursor will jump across the timeline, and I realize it's because it registered that my palm was touching the trackpad and it didn't know that that wasn't my finger, and then I have to go back and put the cursor back where it was originally. Really annoying. And it's not just false touches, it's false force touches as well. Sometimes I'll be touching it with my hand and it will actually buzz and click on the trackpad, and it thinks that I have pressed the trackpad with an entirely different part of my hand. Now, again, is this because the trackpad is just larger and so your hand can touch other parts of it by accident? Or is it because it's just more sensitive than it used to be and it has a harder time determining what is a finger press, what is a wrist press, what is a hand press? But I never used to have these kinds of problems on my 2013 MacBook Pro. That trackpad was much smaller, but it was hyper accurate. It was a dream come true. I could work so fine-tunedly and just boop, bop, boop on the timeline, moving things around. It was more accurate than a mouse. And I find that that trackpad is eminently more accurate than this trackpad. This trackpad frustrates me all the time. Okay, final complaint. Many of you are going to disagree with me on this, but I think this is a legitimate complaint. They have stolen the heart and soul of the MacBook Pro. This dude is, hi, somebody call the DEA. They stole the soul? What does that even mean? Here's what it means. MagSafe, one of the most brilliant, useful pieces of technology put onto a computer, poof, gone. The glowing Apple logo, the logo that I loved dearly, which effervesced and just pulsed and let everyone around you know you were a man of means and of good taste. And it felt like the very heart of Iron Man. It's been ripped out, and all you're left with now is this cheap metal Apple, which looks like it was part of a toaster oven in a previous life. I like the light. I want the light added to everything. iPad, iPhone, back to the MacBook Pro, but I'm not done. Last, the iconic Fsharp Cord. The cord that let us all know that yes, my MacBook is alive, it's well, and it's ready to work for me. Gone! What do you hear now when you start up your computer? Nothing. You just touch it and it starts up. Oh, how charismatic. You know what else is silent? You know what else makes no noise? Farts. You think about that. The MacBook Pro now makes the same sound college kids make after a night of heavy drinking in the morning while they're trying not to wake up their date. So there it is. There it all is. Do you hate me now? I spoke the truth to you. I hope at the very least, you might not like what I have to say, but damn it, do you respect me for saying it? I probably just killed all chances of getting invited to an Apple keynote now, which is like my lifelong dream, but maybe I can sneak in dressed up as a waiter or a chef of some kind. So what, am I gonna sell my MacBook Pro now and get a PC? No, I still love my MacBook Pro. I'm not gonna get rid of it. It's still a magnificent, superb piece of equipment. It's just not as good as it could be. That's the frustrating part. Apple can make a machine that is so much more compelling than this. They have the talent, they have the resources, they have the design savvy, they've got Johnny Ive. For the price I paid for this machine, it just should be better than it is. It should give me more than it gives me. Apple can do better, y'all. They can do better. But I feel like we gotta call them on their crap. When they do something wrong, as true Apple fangirls, we gotta let them know what they're doing wrong, and that's what I'm here to do today. If you like my honesty, if you wanna see more content just like this, you make sure that you reach down, you grab a hold of the nips on that subscribe button, and you pull them and you tweak them real good. My name's Erfon Elijah. I'm the Gadget Hunter. I've got more content just like this on the way. I'll see you guys next time. Okay guys, seriously, Tim, look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean any of that. Please let me into the Apple keynotes. I'll say whatever you want. I'll delete this video. It's gonna be really easy. People will forget about it. They won't even remember that I made it. Come on, Tim.